financing on approved credit. See dealer for limited warranty details.
In this edition of the Marketer's Report, Corey Marchesotto, Chief Marketing Officer of Elf Beauty, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, talks about finding the right partners for your brand.
I see brands as antennas, and every antenna sends out a frequency. We call it the ELF signal. So we send out the ELF signal, and what comes back is people who want to be a part of this story. Once you know firmly who you are, you've codified it, and you can put that out into the universe. What happens from there is it begins to attract kindred spirits. Why are we partnered with Billie Jean King? Because she champions equality. Why are we partnering with iHeart? Because we want to advance women in sports.
Women's sports just got louder thanks to Elf and iHeart Media. As the #1 audio company, iHeart Media can get more people to hear your message than anyone else. We can also get a better response rate for all your marketing. For better results for every budget, visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
Lindstrom Air are the AC pros, keeping you cool when it matters most. Quality service on your plumbing too. Let Lindstrom take great care of you. Yeah, I love those guys.
When he got down on one knee, I saw the ring, but I felt the story.
I wanted a diamond that meant more. Not just beautiful, but responsible. Something with a real story behind it.
And it had one. A natural diamond from Africa, sourced responsibly, traced transparently.
It helped build a school in Botswana. It gave a scholarship to someone's daughter, opening doors to an education that changed her life in a future she never thought possible.
Now it's on my hand, but it's so much more than a ring. It's love, legacy, and a connection to something good we'll never forget. That's why we went to J.R. Dunn.
Because some diamonds just shine.
But this one,
it built something.
It changed someone's life.
It became a part of our story.
And that
hits different.
J.R. Dunn Jewelers, family owned and operated since 1969.
J.R. Dunn.
Come find the diamond that tells your story and build someone else's too.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeart Radio app. WINCA Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag-a-tack, a 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, happy Sunday. Nice job, Ahmed. Good way to start it off here. Welcome. We're live here from Lone Depot Park in Miami on a 91-degree Sunday afternoon. Thank goodness we are inside the cool comfort, high above home plate, inside Lone Depot Park. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's game 98 of 162. And for the Marlins, they haven't skipped a beat post All-Star break. Miami has come out and taken care of the Royals in the first 2 games of this series. And if you came this far, why stop now? The Fish are vying their 4th sweep of the season and the first one in their house. All 3 sweeps in 2025 have been on the road in D.C., in San Francisco, and in Arizona. Can Jansen Junk resume what was a sparkling first half that saw him close the first half with 3 consecutive quality starts? We are pumped to bring you Game 3 series finale of this interleague set between the 47 and 52 Kansas City Royals and your now 46 and 51 Miami Marlins. Chris Bubich, 27-year-old southpaw, fresh off his first All-Star game, makes his 19th start of the season, and Clayton McCullough will hand the ball over to the aforementioned Junk, who's pitched 50 1/3 innings this season with a 2.68 ERA. Today, we get going at 1:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Sunday afternoon with Jack McMullen and four-time World Series champion Jeff Nelson. I'm Steven Strom. We got an awesome show for you today. We fear we're going the distance again, and we thank you for your participation. We got an awesome story to lead off the program with Kris Bubic and Kyle Stowers, a Stanford connection. They both went to the same school. Our very own Jack McMullen, who was covering the All-Star game and the entire week, got a chance to chat with Kris. So I do want to share that. Iva Arquette, the Marlins' number 7 overall pick, was introduced yesterday, got his jersey, got the cap, got the whole press conference, went through the whole media thing. We got some sound from yesterday from Iva, Peter Bendix, and Scott Boras, Iva's agent. We'll get you to the count with Bubic and Junk. Jack and Nelly will jump in for some back and forth. Our Expo question of today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So let's start here with the Stanford connection. So we know Kyle Stowers went to Stanford, and I honestly didn't know this. Kris Bubic went to Stanford as well. They both overlapped at a point. Stowers was at Stanford from 2016 to 2019. He played 3 seasons there. And for Bubic, he was there from 2015 to 2018. So they played 2 seasons together in 2016 and 2017. Stowers was a second-round pick in 2019 with the Baltimore Orioles. And, of course, Bubic was selected 40th overall in the 2018 draft by the Kansas City Royals. Our very own Jack McMullen tried to get the story here on what the relationship is with Kris and Kyle and much more.
We played together for 2 seasons. I went to his wedding as well a couple years ago, so we're pretty close.
What's your favorite Stowers memory at Stanford? Do you have one?
I think so. During like fall inter squads and stuff, I can't pin down an exact moment, but I know he probably has really, really good numbers against me in the fall. I guarantee you he's probably homered off me at least once or twice in like the fall inter squad. So that's probably something that sticks out. He did pitch for a little bit too. I don't know if people know that, but he did come in as like a left-handed pitcher, outfielder. Obviously, I think he chose the right thing and pursued hitting because he's been tearing the cover off the ball. But those fall inter squads or something for whatever reason that stands out to me.
From afar, man, like how fulfilling has it been for you to see somebody else that you grew close with at Stanford, achieve this alongside you?
It's awesome. Really happy for him. Getting an opportunity to play every day there and really stabilize, establish himself in the league because this game's really hard, and to see him excel. I've seen the talent since we were in college, and there was no doubt in my mind that he was capable of performing like this, and to see him, to see a close friend on a stage like this is something you'll never forget, and I'm glad I get to share it with him.
Now to you, man. You mentioned it's been a weird journey to this point, but at what point did you feel like this was possible truly for you?
Never really. Coming into the year, I don't really know what the expectations were, but I was just trying to pitch healthy, coming into my first full season in a while. So just to pitch as well as I can. Try to give our team a chance every time I go out there. We have a really good pitching staff as a team, really good pitching team, so they've helped support me and help guide me along the way. But it's really special to be here, and I'm very grateful for it, very humbled by it.
It's a fun delivery to watch, but it's an unorthodox delivery. How did that kind of develop over the course of your pitching career?
Yeah, I've tinkered with it quite a bit over the years. I think growing up in the Bay Area as a Giants fan, watching Clayton Kershaw actually a lot. I know I was a Giants fan, but watching him, I kind of always wanted that, same kind of quirkiness, the high front side, the kind of pause in the delivery. So I tried to emulate that growing up. I wouldn't say it exactly looks like that, but when you're throwing in the low 90s, you gotta, which is not even below average velo nowadays, you gotta do something different or have something unique about you. So if that's one of them, then I'm all for it. But yeah, I don't know. I've tried to, to me it feels smooth, and then sometimes I go back and watch it. I'm like, man, what am I doing? Or it could look quirky. Or sometimes I'll ask like the hitters on our team, hey, what do you see? Or why is a pitch working like this or not working in a certain case? So yeah, I think, like I say, we're all trying to be unique, and you want to do something or excel at something, and maybe that's something that definitely helps me, given that I don't throw 95 to 100, so helps.
Really good stuff right there. Jack McMullen and Kris Bubic, who, again, both played Kyle Stowers and him at Stanford University, both drafted. Kyle in the second round, Chris, 40th overall. He will start for Kansas City. And a pretty good guy to try to emulate, Clayton Kershaw. He's only won 216 games in his major league career. We will break here. We got some more really good stuff on the program today. We talked Chris Bubich. We will also talk Marlins number 7 overall pick, Iva Arquette. He spoke with the media. We also heard from Marlins president of baseball operations, Peter Bendix, and Scott Boras. You ever heard of him? We're back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Visit Miccosukee Casino and Resort
with 3 RBIs today. Why not end it here? 1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10.
Makes a play and makes a perfect throw at home.
2-2. Now a bouncing ball over to third. That's plucked on a bare hand by Garcia. X will score. He fires to first base to get Lopez, but it was a productive swinging bunt. An RBI ground out for Otto Lopez, and the fish on the board after the Edwards triple. 1-0 Marlins, bottom of the first.
Play hard.
0-2, that one hammered out to left and deep. Lofton back, he's looking up, and it slams off the wall. 1 run in, here comes a second. They hold Sanchez at third, and it's a 2-run double for Otto. Lopez obliterates a baseball. 108 off the bat, and the 2-run 2-bagger makes it 3-1 fish in the bottom of the 8th.
Are you starting to feel like there's a little magic to this team right now?
I mean, it's always been magic in this team already. So I just feel like we wake up something inside us like that. It just make us play more fun. Just go out there and enjoy it more. And that's what we've been doing. There's nothing different.
How did you see that 8th inning unfold?
Oh, we very confident that the players been taking good at bats. And we get out there, just do our job.
WernerHoffman.com. Let's win this together.
Well, it is so fun coming to the ballpark, especially as of late if you're a Miami Marlins fan. 21-10 since June 13th, game 3 rather, series finale between the Marlins and the Royals. Chris Bubich will go opposite Jansen Junk this afternoon. Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. So we tease it going into the break. Iva Arquette, 21-year-old shortstop from Oregon State, who the Marlins selected number 7 overall, came to terms on a deal yesterday with the Marlins. He was also introduced to the media and saw his future home, hopefully, for a very long time. Got his jersey, got his cap. And if you don't know a ton about Iva, transferred from Washington to Oregon State. He played 1 season with the Beavers, hit .354 with 19 home runs, 66 RBIs, led Oregon State to the College World Series. He made the perfect game All-American second team, Baseball America All-American second team, was named a semifinalist for the Golden Spikes Award, arguably the best positional player in the draft. The Marlins got him. He spoke yesterday. Here was his reaction and opening statements on becoming a Miami Marlin.
I kind of just want to start by saying, just extremely grateful, and just pumped to be a Marlin, and just thank you to Frankie and Peter and Scott, just believing in my talent and my work ethic. So just thank you. Thank you to Scott Boras, Stilly, and Champ just for this process. So I'm pumped. So thank you.
Right, that was Iva Arquette again, National College Baseball Player of the Year. He will enjoy his time in Miami. We'll have more on the draft camp that I'd like to share. But first, I do want to throw to Scott Boras. You ever heard of him? He has a little cachet to his name. He is one of the greatest agents of all time, right? He represents Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Garrett Cole, Carlos Correa, and many others. And he was with Iva, obviously representing him with his family. And he did speak on what the Marlins were getting in Iva Arquette.
When you do this, you make note of things that from draft to draft about who's most important and why. When you meet parents, and certainly the Arquette family, and who they're involved with and who their selections in their life were. Ali is a great soccer player, by the way. But the idea of it is that you kind of tell a lot about who people are and how they grow and what they do. And I'm glad that the Marlins took note of this. Actually, we've found out from MLB that he is the most scouted player in history, and it might be because of the 26 trips that the Marlins took to visit Hawaii. I don't know why, but I'm sure that's a logical reason to go there. But in my book, AA is going to be somebody that is going to be the top of any player's alphabet, and he's a remarkable talent. And what better organization to the Marlins just probably made one of their greatest catches. So good for them.
All right, that was the infamous Scott Boras, who represents Iva Arquette. Boras has secured over $5 billion in player contracts across the career. I thought that was a good nugget for Scott Boras, but he did speak on Iva Arquette. Okay, finally, Marlins president of baseball operations, Peter Bendix, on what's next for Iva.
We were exceptionally excited to get him into the organization as quickly as possible. We have a draft camp coming up that I think Iva's going to really enjoy, and I'm personally just exceptionally excited to go watch him play.
Okay, so more on this draft camp that Peter Bendix, Marlins president of baseball operations, is referring to. This camp that all draftees attend is something that the Marlins started to do last year under the tutelage of Peter Bendix. Now, what will happen, and we'll have more on this in game, is Iva Arquette and many of the other draft picks that have agreed to terms on a contract, they will have a week in Miami. They will work out tomorrow at 8 a.m. right here at Lone Depot Park. They will get a taste of what it is to be a professional, but they're going to do it in more of a collaborative family environment. They'll meet with the director of health. They'll meet with the director of nutrition, strength and conditioning, get to know everyone around the staff at the big league level. They will basically learn the pillars of playing for the Marlins. They have an Airbnb that they all stay at. It's almost like a glorified college, except you don't have anyone to look over you, I guess. But they all get together. They all work together. They work out together. They sit in seminars together. Whatever it may be, they're all together. And that is what Peter Bendix has preached since he's got here from day one. He wants good people in the front office, and he wants good players as far as personality for this squad. And I think it's a great opportunity. And, you know, it's a really unique concept, I think. Instead of just placing guys, okay, you're going to single A, okay, you're going to low A, okay, you're going to FCL. Let's get everyone together. Everyone has made it to a point, right? You've gotten drafted. You are now officially a part of a professional organization. And you want to, you know, essentially get these guys together from a chemistry standpoint, and hopefully some will be paired in certain levels and will come up together, right? So it's a really unique concept. Again, Iva Arquette, great to hear from him. Number 7 overall pick, 21-year-old shortstop from Oregon State. We heard from him. We heard from Scott Boras, his representative, and Peter Bendix on what is next for Iva Arquette and the rest of the draftees of the Miami Marlins. We will break here. We'll get you ahead of the count. We got an awesome matchup on the mound. Chris Bubich and Jansen Junk, they've both been superb this season. We'll have more on them next as Marlins on Deck continues on the Marlins Radio Network.
For 4 with 3 RBIs today.
No, why not end it here?
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10.
Makes a play and makes a perfect throw at home.
2-2. Now a bouncing ball over to third. That's plucked on a bare hand by Garcia. X will score. He fires to first base to get Lopez, but it was a productive swinging bunt. An RBI ground out for Otto Lopez, and the fish on the board after the Edwards triple. 1-0 Marlins, bottom of the first.
Play hard.
0-2, that one hammered out to left and deep. Lofton back, he's looking up, and it slams off the wall. 1 run in, here comes a second. They hold Sanchez at third, and it's a 2-run double for Otto. Lopez obliterates a baseball. 108 off the bat, and the 2-run 2-bagger makes it 3-1 fish in the bottom of the 8th.
Are you starting to feel like there's a little magic to this team right now?
I mean, it's always been magic in this team already. So I just feel like we wake up something inside us, like that. It just make us play like more fun. Just go out there and enjoy more. And that's what we've been doing. We're nothing different.
How did you see that 8th inning unfold?
Oh, we very confident that the players been taking good at bats, and we get out there just do our job.
Peoples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In 719. Exclusions apply. Single use per week up to $60 in points. See app for details.
Hey, this is Derek Hill, and you're listening to Marlins On Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Well, I'm glad Derek Hill brought us back because I do have an update for you. Derek Hill was originally supposed to be in the lineup this afternoon against the Southpaw, but yesterday was swinging in the cage and banged up his finger, experienced some swelling, but he is available off the bench. Jesus Sanchez will be in the lineup, Clayton McCullough said this afternoon. Marlins looking to put a cherry on top of pretty much a perfect opening series post All-Star break. The Marlins were playing some awesome ball. We mentioned the 21-10 record since June 13th. But after the All-Star break, you think, oh, man, they got a couple of days off. Are they going to come back the same? Well, they have. They've taken the first 2 games of this series. Jansen Junk looking to put that cherry on top of what would be their first sweep of the season here at Lone Depot Park. They've swept on the road 3 times in D.C., San Francisco, in Arizona. Steven Strom here, Jack McMullen, Jeff Nelson. 141st pitch. It's Game 3, Royals and the Marlins. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll begin here with Chris Bubic, 27-year-old southpaw in Season 6 with KC. Converted starter. He'll make his 19th start of the season after being named to his first career All-Star game. He pitched to a 2.48 ERA, which is 6th in the American League. 7-6 on the season, 108 2/3 innings pitched. Again, he was a converted starter this season, was out of the bullpen for the most part, but he has displayed and experienced a breakthrough year. He didn't factor in his last start, which was on Wednesday, not the last Wednesday. Obviously, that was the All-Star break. We're talking July 9th. He allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 Ks. He'll feature a 4-seamer, a sweeper, a changeup, a slider, and a sinker. He's 6'3". He's got a funky delivery. We heard him earlier with Jack McMullen talking about how he took a lot from Clayton Kershaw. Opponents are hitting .228 against him, a 1.4% home run rate, so he doesn't give up the long ball, and a 7.7% walk rate, which is well below the MLB average as far as walk rate is concerned. Bubic has had an incredible year, and he is looking to steer the ship in the right direction for KC, who is looking to avoid being swept at the hands of the Marlins. Jansen Junk, 29-year-old right-hander who is set to kick off his second half. 4-1 in 10 games, 5 starts, 2.68 ERA, 15 1/3 innings pitched. This guy's done it all. He came in as a bulk reliever. He came in as someone that followed Cal Quantrill, and now he has moved into that starting role, 1 of 5 in this rotation. And his last 3 starts for Junk, 19 combined, 2 earned runs, 12 punch-outs to 2 walks, back-to-back quality starts, coming off a career-high 7 innings in his last one against Baltimore on July 12th, which was 2 Saturdays ago. Junk has faced KC before back in 2022. It was his best start of his career up to the point in Baltimore. He went 5 shutout, again, back in 2022 with 8 Ks. Bubic, Junk, they will feature a matchup on the mound on Sunday afternoon. We'll break. We'll get Nelly and Jack on next to talk storylines and what is key to another Marlins victory, 21-10. Since June 13th. We are back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Lugo's 2-2 to Sanchez. That one hit well. Out to center field in deep. Isbell working back. He's just looking up. It is gone. Hope you kicked your feet up, Sanchi. 3-1. That one hit well. Out to right center. Caglione back at the track. Number 20. How about the All-Star? Kyle Stowers, a 2-run blast. And it's an early ambush, 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the first inning.
Eventually it may become a problem.
Otto hits one out to left center field and deep. Isbell back, track, wall. He jumps up, it's off the LED facing in left center. Edwards trots home from third. Otto Lopez missed a homer by feet, but he's got an RBI double, and they are hammering Seth Lugo.
After we won the game,
1-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Long run for Isbell and Witt. That drops into the triangle, and that'll plate a run. Kyle Stowers, it may not be a long ball, but he finds the perfect spot in left center field. He loops an RBI single, and the Fish keep jumping on Lugo. 5-0 on the RBI knock in the bottom of the third. For 4 with 3 RBIs today.
Why not end it here?
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half.
Más una línea Limited Welcome y AT&T Internet Free Caller más una línea Limited Starter SL. Requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Well, it would be oh so sweet if the Marlins can cap off an impressive, there was some moments where you think the break comes and you got a couple of days off. Marlins playing great baseball. Oh, man, we don't want the All-Star break. Marlins didn't want the All-Star break, but they come back here, take the first 2, Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Jeff Nelson. Nelly, what has been the most promising part of the way that this team has started the second half?
I think the way they finished. I like the offense. I like that they don't give away at bats. I say that all the time, and everybody's like, what is that? They battle the pitcher. They play 27 outs for a young team to just play 27 outs, and everybody say, well, why doesn't everybody do? Well, a lot of veteran teams don't do that. When they get behind, they shut it down, and they start looking for tomorrow. Even the managers sometimes start looking at the next day, but not Miami, and that's been very impressive for a young team.
Jack, I asked this to Clayton. Is there an ignorance is bliss to this team?
Probably. I would think so.
Like Nelly was talking about 27 outs, maybe a veteran team is like, oh, you know what, let's play for tomorrow. These guys don't know any better. Yeah. They're just like, I want to get as many ABs as I can.
No, I'm totally with you. I think an ignorance is bliss aspect of this is present, but I also think something that jumps out is a lot of these veteran teams that could shut it down, they know that the sun is going to rise again tomorrow versus the Miami Marlins. Like, you've got guys that are still trying to find their footing in Major League Baseball. Right now, like, who are you looking at and saying, you know what, you're going to have a job in Major League Baseball as long as you want it, right? And I'm not saying Philly shuts it down, but I look at a lineup with, like, Nick Castellanos and Kyle Schwarber. They're going to shut it down at some point because at the end of the day, Nick Castellanos is going to get another $50 million deal. Schwarber's probably going to get a bigger deal this offseason. At the end of the day, the Phillies have guys on the other side of 30 that know that they are set. And the Marlins have guys that are trying to really solidify themselves as good Major League Baseball players. And that, I feel like, is the big difference in terms of running in the tape versus knowing long season, we're good, things are going to normalize. The Marlins are ignoring that, and that is better for a Major League Baseball team, I think.
That's Jack McMullen. I'm Steven Strom. Jeff Nelson, back to you. If it wasn't for Kyle Stowers, I think the surprise of the year, Jansen Junk. You talked about Cal yesterday getting into a rhythm. How does Jansen Junk find that rhythm against this particular offense?
When he's controlling his off speed is when he's at his best, and he's a guy that pitches backwards. I think he'll do the same thing today as far as breaking balls, sliders, curveballs early, and then he'll mix in that fastball. He's done very well at spotting his fastball on both sides of the plate. But if he struggles, it's usually because he's not getting over his off speed. But he's done an outstanding job. I mean, this guy's just been amazing. And you look at what he's done the last 3 starts, 2 earned runs in 19 innings. He's only walked 2. He's struck out, I think, maybe 12. Not a lot of the strikeouts there, but the 2 walks, by not putting guys on with a free pass and going after guys. And he's getting a lot of outs, a lot of weak contact for a guy that's around the strike zone so much.
And Nelly, you mentioned this too. The Royals don't walk. So this is a really good matchup, I think, for Jansen Junk. Jack, you had a great conversation with Chris Bubich. How has this guy come out of nowhere this year?
Situationally, he's been given the opportunity to come out of nowhere this year. And what do I mean by that? Bubich was a guy that was a sought-after kid out of Stanford. Royals got him in the early rounds of, the draft that he went in. And then all of a sudden, Bubich is struggling in his first taste of Major League Baseball. So what happens? Well, they move him to the pen for a minute. Then they move him back to the rotation, and he looks great, but then he blows out. And Tommy John surgery takes away 1.5 years of him. And then he comes back last year. This guy threw 30 innings and 27 appearances out of the bullpen. And now we're looking at a guy that's tracking for 180 innings.
Is this Garrett Crochet-ish or no?
Crochet, no. because it's grittier. And what I mean by that, Crochet throws 101, and he's got one of the
I'm
best
saying the
sweepers in
situation
baseball.
maybe from bullpen to starter. I don't.
Maybe Crochet didn't throw a pitch in the minor leagues. Like
Fair.
that was
Fair.
the weird thing where they just kind of speed ran him through, and then they decided to level him up when they
Good
needed a
thought
starting
by me,
pitcher.
though.
Great thought by you.
Okay.
But Bubic, to me, is like, okay, this guy proved that he's got a starter's arsenal as a good reliever. Let's turn him into a starter. You would have never thought that he would have been an all-star in his first year as a starter.
We've had some great pace and some great pitching performances these first two games. I'm kind of leaning towards another one of those today. Chris Bubic and Jansen Junkin for the Marlins, 12-14 against left-handed starters. Derek Hill was supposed to be in the lineup today. That's why Jesus Sanchez is in. Derek Hill yesterday swinging in the cage, banged up his finger, experienced some swelling, was sore this morning. So Jesus Sanchez, who is 6 for 45 against lefties, will get the start. And I'm happy because he is one of your better hitters. Let's get him the opportunity against someone in Chris Bubic here this afternoon. Good job, guys. We'll hear Jack and Nelly at 1:40. We'll break Expo question, Steve's guarantee, and then we'll play some baseball. Marlins looking for their first sweep at home on the Marlins Radio Network.
Lugo's 2-2 to Sanchez. That one hit well. Out to center field in deep. Isbell working back. He's just looking up. It is gone. Hope you kicked your feet up, Sanchi. 3-1. That one hit well. Out to right center. Caglione back at the track. Number 20. How about the All-Star? Kyle Stowers, a 2-run blast. And it's an early ambush, 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the first inning.
Eventually, it may become a problem.
Otto hits one out to left center field and deep. Isbell back, track, wall. He jumps up. It's off the LED facing in left center. Edwards trots home from third. Otto Lopez missed a homer by feet, but he's got an RBI double, and they are hammering Seth Lugo.
After we won the game.
1-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Long run for Isbell and Witt. That drops into the triangle, and that'll plate a run. Kyle Stowers, it may not be a long ball, but he finds the perfect spot in left center field. He loops an RBI single, and the Fish keep jumping on Lugo. 5-0 on the RBI knock in the bottom of the third. For 4 with 3 RBIs today.
Why not end it here?
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep. The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10.
Steven Strom here, Marlins on Deck, guiding you to first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network. You listen to the Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Miami snatched the first 2 games of this series. Ahmed back in the studio holding things down. Jack McMullen and Jeff Nelson have your call in about 10 minutes. Let's get to our X-Poll question today at Marlins Radio. We talked about Iva Arquette. He was a Marlins first-round selection. He was here yesterday. We heard some sounds on him. And again, if you're just checking in right now, make sure to go on our Twitter at Marlins Radio. You can replay these shows. You can also replay the shows on YouTube as well. We've got some great sound bites from Iva Arquette, Marlins President of Baseball Operations Peter Bendix, and Iva's agent Scott Boras, the infamous, the cachet that carries with Scott Boras. We got some bites on him. The question today, Iva Arquette went to Oregon State. Who was drafted number 1 overall last year from Oregon State? I know Jack McMullen knows, but I'm not sure if you guys know. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
It would be irresponsible. It would be reckless if I don't tell you. My guarantee today is Jansen Junk quality start. How can I not? The guy's gone back-to-back quality starts, 7 innings in Baltimore in his last one. It's a good matchup against the Royals. 5 righties in the lineup, but I don't think that matters. I think it's a good matchup because Jansen Junk doesn't walk a lot of guys. And this KC team, they're not very patient, and they don't walk a lot. They're 29th in the league in team walk percentage. They're 29th in the league in team runs. This is a nice opportunity for Jansen Junk to go back-to-back quality starts. Plus, he's had some success against KC in his career. I know it's a different team, but we saw Cal Quantrill yesterday. We read you the numbers with Cal against Kansas City in his career. 10 appearances, 7 starts, 6-0 at 2.96 ERA. For Jansen Junk, last time he faced him was 2022, the only time, and he went 5 shutout, 8 Ks. Jansen Junk quality start. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Jeff Nelson, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It's next. Let's get the sweep at home on the Marlins Radio Network.
Remember,